Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So starting off with Euro USD as normal, and we are still consolidating. It does look like an inverse head and shoulders, rounding bottom. Lots of different structures that you can see in this area here. But I think ultimately, and the level, it's more a zone than the level we need to break through. And we'll get that on the hour, but we need to break through that. It does look like we are looking to break to the upside and continue our journey up, but it has been really messy, as you can see the last couple of days. Big moves down and then gradual moves up, then big moves down and then gradual moves up. And you can see it's happened 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So, you'd be forgiven to be expecting it to sell off. Pretty big 1 hour sell off and then gradually grind to the upside again. So I'm kind of reluctant to get into this at the moment until we start clearing the 121,676 area. Okay, I think our next target is pretty much 122. That's probably what we're aiming for at the moment. But right now this is sideways. I'm not interested in trading sideways price action like this. US dollar, Japanese yen. So sideways, but we did sort of try and defend a 104, reject 104.045. Did close above it and then sold off, and we are selling off at the moment. I think the key thing here is this current move below 103.651. So ideally for me at the moment is to watch the hour. But big move up, big move down. Still a little bit wary on this, but it does look like it's moving to the downside. Next logical target right now is 103.358. I think that's pretty much my view on this at the moment. So I'd like to see a retest of this 103.651 though. I don't trust what's happening here. Because a lot of times when this kind of stuff happens, then as the hour closes off, in the buyers step in and then they drive it all the way back up. I mean, we didn't really test this area here, 104.045, so we just broke straight through. And there's a lot of tails to the left here, which, if I just use this here, which could also come back and be tested. So a little bit wary of this. It's not entirely convinced that we have some setup, but a pullback into this area and a rejection here of 103.929. That would sort of give me some kind of confidence that we're moving to the downside. But anyway, well worth watching. You never know what's going to happen here with the US market at the moment, which is going to impact the dollar. Okay, Euro Aussie dollar. We have got this rejection of 161.591, and problem is it's above and below the moving average, and you can see, looking at the hour, we had a pretty decent trend, and now we're sort of above and below. Could be turning out to be a range. So it would be interesting to see what transpires here. If we can get a close below this previous bar, but again, this is after hours trading, this is Asian session trading, so I wouldn't be wanting to take it. But that's the kind of structure I'd be looking for in the European session, is just staying below the moving average at the moment, and then get an hourly close below the previous hour's bar. That would indicate we have a potential move down. I don't think it's going to be very far. You're probably going to be held up at 164.54. Okay, so with the euro strength against the dollar, I'm not 100% sure that we are going to get euro weakness against Aussie dollar. So it may just range, or alternatively something else may happen. But again, a lot of that is going to be Brexit influence right now. So it's another one that I'm sitting on the sidelines with. British pound, Japanese yen, Brexit pair. Telling you right now, I'm sitting on the side, not really interested in this. There is merit for a continuation to the upside. If you look at this gap up, consolidation, and starting to move up, I think there's not much structure. Well, there's structure, but it's messy. And this is the first bit here. So that's kind of the first bit that I'd be looking at, which is between 139.083 and 139,177. So if we can get some price action in here, which indicating the buyers are coming in, would be a pretty good area to get in, and possibly even a really tight stop below this tail here at 139,041. So maybe a stop loss at 139 or 138.998 or something like that, just below the round number. So that's kind of the option that we see here. But the risk that you have is it is Brexit fueled, and we do not have any clear indication of which way Brexit's going to go. So that is the thing which bugs me, and when it bugs me, I'd rather keep my money in my pocket. Aussie dollar, US dollar, probably the one that is interesting me the most at the moment. We are in a strong uptrend. You can see that on the 8 hour, been an uptrend for quite some time. We want to be trading with a trend which is up, so we're looking for opportunities to buy into this. And at the moment, we are consolidating. So we could be testing this breakout, which is 0.75459. So that's the area I'll be watching during the European session. The next area that I want to be watching is this previous high of 0.75721, because you can see we've moved up. We have formed a little bit of a channel or a range, and I'm going to go to the 50-minute for this, not something that I normally do on Forex, but just want to highlight something here for you. Okay, so we spiked up, came down and formed a channel, and now we're breaking the channel to the upside. I would expect to pull back onto structure and then a move up. So at the moment on 50-minute, the structure is right here at 0.75553. If I come back to the hour, you'll see there's a bit of interaction here. You can see there it was user support, tried to use a support there, and use a bit of support and a bit of resistance here. So pull back onto this area, 0.75553, and then a stop below the channel. Okay, that's kind of my view at the moment. Could form a bigger channel as well, just bear in mind. Could do something like that. Okay, and then come all the way down to this area here, 0.75459. But those are the two levels that I'll be watching during the European session. Last pair is British pound, Aussie dollar. Now, for me, this is one of the reasons why I'm pretty cautious about the euro and the pound at the moment with Brexit. Is V reversals are rare unless it's the S&P or the Dow Jones or the Nasdaq. So V reversals are pretty rare in the Forex world. We've had this trend down, which has been pretty well measured. We've had this squirt down, which has been pretty aggressive and could also be seen as an exhaustion bar down. And then we're coming back up to test a breakout. And the closest breakout at the moment is roughly in the zone, well, not quite in the zone where we are, but it's somewhere in this area. I'm pretty confident that there are going to be sellers coming in up here. They're going to be targeting this gap. Okay, so the trend is down. We should be trading with a trend. When we start looking at the hour, we see a bit of an hourly trend change, which is fine, but any interaction between 178.791 and 178.467, I'm looking for opportunity to sell. So this one is sit on hands at the moment, but I'm watching this zone. So when we get into there and we start getting rejections, pin bars, lower highs, that kind of stuff, inside bars, engulfing bars, then I'm looking for opportunity to sell. And my end target is going to be the gap at the bottom here. So what I would expect, just come back to the 8 hour for this, what I would expect is a rejection, a pullback, close the gap, form a higher low, and then continuation to the upside. Okay, and that's if we are getting a positive Brexit. If we're getting a negative Brexit, then this thing is going to fall. Okay, that is Brexit fueled. But yeah, the price action here is pretty strong. You know, we broke through this level, and if I come to the weekly, you'll see it's a pretty strong weekly zone that we've broken below. So logically for me is a retest of that and come and test these lows again. If you have the lows, that retest the lows succeed, and I just put some structure in here for us. So if the retest of this zone at the bottom here of 174,951 does succeed, then we can start looking for opportunities to move up. And if you look at the structure here, inside bar could be another inside bar forming as well. But yeah, trend is down. That's all I'm saying. Trend is down, and it's going to take a lot for the downtrend to break. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.